Cycling Promotions. This is the first press conference ahead of a great night of boxing at the iconic York Hall, Bethnal Green, London. As always, we're grateful to our sponsors Ladbrokes and Volterol, and we will be live on Channel 5 and the undercard on 5 Spike. Tickets for the boxing are available now, Saturday, the October the 13th. They are £40, £60 and 100 VIP in a ringside plus booking fees. Available from ticketmaster.co.uk or call 0844 844 0444. So, as we told you, the guys will be across in the gym for a workout straight after the press conference and available over there for one-on-ones with the press. So the card's shaping up very nicely. We already have 3 title contests on the bill, and that would fill the bill in its own right. We're going to have plenty more on the bill for you coming up in the coming sort of days and weeks. Fantastic heavyweight title clash, Commonwealth title and World Championship boxing. So let's introduce the table to you before we go any further. So from my far right, we have Kieran Farrell and Thomas Asomba. And next to them, from Team Hunter, please welcome to the UK, Michael Gonzalez. And next to Michael, we have former Olympian and world title challenger, Michael the Bounty Hunter. Moving over to the far right, we have the gentleman, Chris Phillum-Smith. And next to Chris, we have Lightning Lee McGregor. Next to Lee, we have one of the quietest men in the UK, top trainer, Mr. Billy Nelson. And next to Billy, wearing an absolutely fantastic sparkling hat. You better not stick the head in anybody today, big man. He is known as the next King of Scotland, Martin Bakole. And joining us very soon, we will have Hall of Fame former world champion, Mr. Barry McQuiggan. He'll be with us as soon as he can get here. Right, let's start with the big men. The exciting contender, Martin Bakole, will face former world title challenger from LA, Michael Hunter. So boxing under the Cyclone banner, the Airdrie-based Congolese Bakole is 11-0 with 8 KOs. And he's coming off 2 back-to-back first-round stoppages and likes to be known as the first King of Scotland. Big man, yeah. He now has the chance to prove himself on the big stage against former Olympian Michael the Bounty Hunter. 14 wins, only 1 defeat, 9 KOs. The super slick Hunter pushed pound-for-pound star Alexander Usyk the full 12 rounds during the competitive Cruiserweight World Title Challenge, and has remained undefeated since moving up to fight at heavyweight following the sole loss on his pro career. So this is a big fight for both these boxers. Lee McGregor, we've always said we're moving him quickly, and this is the proof. So he turned pro in November last year, and this is his 5th pro outing. He aims to become the British champion, the British champion, the bantamweight champion of the Commonwealth. His record is perfect, 4 wins, 4 KOs. 3 inside the second round, and last time out he became the IBF Youth World Champion. Lee faces Thomas Asomba from Cameroon, now based in the northeast of England, former Commonwealth Flyweight Champion and English Bantamweight Champion. Asomba was to face Scotland's highly rated Ian Butcher, and when that fight fell through, Cyclone Promotions jumped at the chance to put Lee in the frame. It's a big ask, and only Lee's 5th pro outing, but Lee's confident, and we'll hear from him later, that he can win this fight, and he can win this fight in style. Couple more fights on the bill. The man at the end of the table, the gentleman, Chris Phillum-Smith. He's 6-0, 5 inside the distance, and he has secured an eliminator for the Commonwealth Cruiserweight crown. So Chris was in action back in June, where he went the distance for the very first time. He went the full 8 rounds. He did win every one of the 8 rounds, but he faces the... wait, hold on a minute. Where's my page here? It's not like me. It's not like me. But I've lost some page. Couldn't watch it. He faces Robin Dupree. Dagenham's Robin Dupree, who has only one blemish in his 14-fight record, against former Commonwealth champion Luke Watkins. So there's a lot of talent on the bill already. There will also be a lot of talent on the undercard, mostly coming from London and the southern counties. Also on the bill is Chantel Cameron, who is in the gym and will be available for 1-to-1. So Chantel, she will defend her world title. Right, we're going to go for thoughts from Barry McGuigan. Barry's not here. Let's go to Michael Hunter. So Michael, you have been in London before, 2012 Olympics. This is different. This is the Lion's Den. This is the York Hall, Bethnal Green, the home of British boxing. And you're facing the KO artist, the man known as the next King of Scotland, Martin Bakole. How do you feel?
One, I want to give a thanks to Cyclone Promotions, Al Heyman, and my man Michael Gonzalez for helping me in getting this opportunity. And thanks Greg Brady for having me. So far, you guys have been amazing hosts. And even at the 2012 games, everything was beautiful. So I love coming here and performing. And I know I have a tough opponent in front of me. I know he's one of the best Great Brit prospects out there. So I know it's definitely not going to be an easy test. And I think this is a good test for the both of us. And I'm going to just make sure I'm prepared. And I know I'm coming over here, so it's going to be a different type of task. But I think I'll be ready. I'm going to prepare for the best of my ability. So I'd like to thank you guys again.
Thank you, Michael. Michael Gonzalez, anything you wish to add? Short and sweet. No.
Back to camp, back to work.
Yeah. Okay. We'll maybe come back to you a little bit later on. We'll go to Martin and to Billy. Martin, this guy, former Olympian, he's got some pedigree. How do you feel coming into this fight?
Thank you. I want to thank my promoter, my sponsor, Engage, and my coach here, and everyone who come down here. I'm not in this business to play a game. This is my job. This is what I'm doing in my life, so I'm ready for anybody. I'm facing Joshua for 12 rounds, 10 rounds, so no one can scare me in this world, so this is my business now.
So you're in with Joshua, so nobody can scare you, Billy. You're the man, you watch him, you train him, you're there when he's sparring Joshua. I mean, this guy sort of took Alexander Usyk the full 12 rounds. He's only been beaten once. How much of a test for your man?
Well, it's a big test for him, but I 100% believe that this is a future world heavyweight champion. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind about that. He's phenomenal. He's got the skill set that Alexander Usyk has got, but he's bigger and carries a lot more power than Usyk, obviously. I've watched the fight many times with Michael and Usyk, and it was a real good fight. But it's a different animal he's getting in there. Different animal completely.
Predictions?
A KO and Michael won't see the final bell.
Michael? Do you want to respond?
I think my prediction, that it probably won't go the whole 10.
It's a bell, by the way. 10.
10, 12, 15, 22. We're just going to prepare, for battle, so we're going to do the best we can. That's all I can say.
Thank you. Before we go any further, can I welcome the founder of Cyclone Promotions, Hall of Famer, former world champion, Mr. Barry McGuigan. So Barry, I know you're stuck in traffic. We've started before.
Yes,
You came here.
I'm
Sorry.
thrilled at this bill. This is the best bill that we've had on Channel 5 for a very long time. The main event, this guy here is a superstar in the making, no question about it. He's a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal talent, and I have the utmost respect for Michael Hunter, terrific fighter. Anybody who watched the Usyk fight realises how good this guy is. We've got Chantel Cameron in a really top-class fight against Diana Santana. We've got Lee McGregor in a super bantamweight title fight, bantamweight Commonwealth title fight. It is blockbuster stuff the whole way through. It's very, very exciting. So I'm thrilled to be part of that, and it's free to air. That's the unique thing about this. We're giving people the chance to see these great fights for zero cash, and we're thrilled about that. We're thrilled about our relationship with Channel 5. These sort of things have to happen more often. I'm delighted that Michael's made the long, arduous trip across the ocean to be here for the presser. He's got to get back into training. But I'm thrilled that they're here. These are two fabulous young, talented heavyweights, and they're a rare commodity these days.
Thank you, Barry. We'll move on to the Commonwealth bantamweight title between Lee McGregor and let's start across here with Kieran and Thomas Asomba. Thomas, former Commonwealth flyweight champion, former English bantamweight champion, you're now campaigning at 118 pounds. Have you seen much of Lee McGregor? He's only had 4 fights, 4 KOs. How do you feel going into this one?
Firstly, I would like to thank all my team, Paul, O'Malley, and Karen. I would say much about McGregor because I watched the bell. I know he's a good fighter, someone clever and strong. The way he just me and my team, we try to train much we can, and we just look forward for that fight, and we can wait for that day, 13th of October, and I hope so the guys you will be fit like me, because I'm not going to give you the milk. I'm going to come to win again for that Commonwealth. Thank you.
Thank you. Kieran, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, it's obviously I'd like to thank Cyclone Promotions for the opportunity again, and it did come about less than 24 hours before his last we signed the contract for him to fight in Butcher. Something that happened, it fell through, and he was quick enough on the phone and we got it done, and we jumped at the chance ourselves. Look, Lee's had 4 fights, and you've got a lad who's been to 2 Olympic Games, and he's had 12 fights at professional, he's been championship distance before. I think that's going to play a big part in it. I do believe Lee McGregor it can be a superstar. It'll be his side. It'll be for him to show it on the night up, and we're going to go in quietly confident in the fight.
Sure, and you mentioned Ian Butcher because you guys have been in camp for Ian Butcher, which fell through,
Yep.
and Lee has taken a fight at short. Do you think this is going to play any part in it?
I don't think that will play a massive role in it. I think he'll be training anyway. If he's a true professional, he'll be training. A couple of days after Cyclone got in touch with us, Thomas was at the gym. So he was sparring 12 rounds then. Yeah. At the gym, he was ready to go. So we've had to bring him back down a little bit, rein him in a bit. But for October the 13th, there's no excuses. He's going to come and we feel we're ready and win the title.
Thank you, Kieran. Thank you. Lightning Lee McGregor, IBF Youth Champion. Now, we've always said they're moving you fast. this is proof. This is a big test. It's a big title. How do you feel?
Yeah, no, I'm really excited about this fight. Obviously, they contacted me about the fight, and they didn't even need to ask me if I wanted it. They basically told me that that's the fight that they were pushing for, and basically when I was coming down to start transferring, it wasn't, do you fancy it, do you think it's too soon? They know my mentality, they know my attitude, and there was no hesitations. Of course I won that fight, and we're preparing hard, and it's definitely a step up, but one I'm ready for.
Great, we look forward to it. Can we turn to Chris Billum-Smith? I
Sorry,
believe.
Chris, I forgot to mention you. It's another terrific fight.
Chris, this is an eliminator for the Commonwealth Cruiserweight Crown. You're 6-0, 5 KOs. Last time out in June, you went the full 8 rounds, and prior to that, in the 5 that came before, in all 5, you went a total of 8 rounds. Now, you won every round in the last one. Was that a conscious decision to not go for the knockout, to go for the 8 rounds, to get the rounds under your belt?
No, I was going for the knockout.
You were going for the knockout, okay.
He was a tough.
I was leading you on there, you did yes, mate. Yeah.
Don't get paid overtime, as they say.
Okay.
So, I was a tough opponent last time.
Yeah.
He took a lot of shots, and there was a few questionable knockdowns in the fight that could have been scored that weren't as well. But it was a tough opponent, and all credit to him. I don't want to take that away from him.
That's very magnanimous of you. I think that deserves a round of applause. You did, however, win all 8 of the rounds in the referee scorecard. Now you're now going up against the guy 13-1, only 1 defeat. He's the local man. He's from Dagenham. You're from Bournemouth, but you're going to bring a big crowd, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of family in London. My parents are both from London, so it should be a cracking atmosphere for our fight. Because I was there at York Hall when he boxed Luke Watkins last year, and he had great support. So hopefully he brings that again, and it could be a great atmosphere for a great fight.
Yeah, but York Hall, it's small, it's tight, and 150 Chris Dillon fans will make a lot of noise, I'm sure.
Yeah, let's hope so.
So, gentlemen, we're almost finished. We didn't get a chance to say much about Chantel. If you can't make it over, Chantel puts her world title on the line for the 2nd time after winning in December against Swiss boxer Vivian Obenoff, who had a very, very big win just last month. She faces a boxer who has held the IBF and WBA featherweight titles and now campaigns at 135 pounds, Diana Santana from Dominican Republic. So, as always, Chantel will aim to make a big statement in front of the knowledgeable York Hall crowd, and she is at the moment in training, crossing the gym, but she's available for one-to-ones. So can we throw the floor over for anybody who can't make it over to the gym? Can we throw the floor over for any questions from the press?
Martin, what I ask you, you're the next King of Scotland, we hope. You've also got massive descendancy from the Congo. I understand you've got relatives there from tribal warriors, etc., etc. Well, can you talk a little bit about that? And is there an interest in you from that side of the world, as opposed to us being here today?
Well, you've just been back home.
Yeah, thank you for question. I apologize about that because my English is accent. I have problem with accent. Yeah.
We understand Scottish. Excuse English, we can't understand.
Thank you for your question. And I don't know what I can say. Of course, yeah. I'm from there, and before I left there, I was boxing there. So, and besides that, my father is a king, so I'm massive, and people know me a lot. But there's no chance that someone can organize a big fight like this and come, That's why I decided to come over here.
Sorry, your father's a king. Could you just explain that a bit more? I mean, I guess he doesn't live in a palace,
His dad's the king of a province. It's Kananga.
Yeah. That's number one, is the one that's leading all the king, yeah.
He comes to a boxing family. His grandfather was a boxer. His father was a professional boxer. His brother's Makubu Alunga, who fought Tony Bellew. He's a top 10 cruiserweight. He's a current WBA international cruiserweight champion, and it's the boxing blood just running through my veins.
I think possibly the question is there a lot of interest in the Congo for Martin? Yes, lots of interest.
All of his fights are televised in Africa, so there's Pan-African deal for that.
Gentlemen, anybody else who can't make it to the gym for one-on-ones, Paul?
I'm definitely come to the gym as well.
Okay, go on, ask away.
Michael. Many are saying you'll naturally be a sort of cruiserweight going into the heavyweight then here. What's your opinion?
Well, if you know a little history about myself, I actually started as a heavyweight. Most of my fights have been at heavyweight, as an amateur, and as a pro, I started off as a heavyweight. So I've only had a few fights at cruiserweight. I'm naturally think of myself as a heavyweight. So yeah.
What do you walk around at?
I walk around 220. Yeah, 220, 215.
Would you say that's relatively light as a heavyweight?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, these guys are getting bigger and bigger and bigger every year, so, you know, I just, you know, stay where I'm naturally fit at, you know, and, you know, I just try to handle the weight in the best way I can, you know, so.
Some of the greatest heavyweights of all time were 220. So,
Yeah,
it's easy to forget that Tyson never weighed in his prime more than 220.
Roy Jones came in about 190, didn't he?
Who's that?
Roy Jones Jr.
Roy Jones.
A bit of an exceptional talent.
Gentlemen, Danny?
For Michael, a lot's been talked about your fight with Usyk, who's obviously a world-class pound-for-pound contender now. But as an amateur, you also fought at a very top level, guys like Camarelli, Timorziev, and so on. Who's the best guy you fought, amateur and pro, and why?
I mean, I would guess I would have to say Usyk because, you know, I don't really take a lot of losses. And as far as in the amateurs, I didn't get to compete with him. But he's a pure boxer, you know. It's going to be hard to beat that guy. And, you know, he has a lot of support behind him. So right now, at this moment, I would have to say Usyk.
Question for Michael. So Martin is considered to be one of the most avoided heavyweights on the domestic scene around here. You've taken this fight. What do you see in Martin that you could exploit, and why are you so keen to get in the ring?
Really, I just, you know, I would like to keep busy and stuff like that. So the main thing was really for me to stay busy and, you know, keep my record as busy as I could stay. I don't really know Martin as a fighter. I've never seen him fight, so I don't know too much about him. I just know, I mean, just from his appearance, he's a big, long, tall guy, and those are the things I have to deal with. You know, it's boxing is very simple and fundamental. So, you know, just from the looks of him, you know, I can get my assessment. But, you know, I heard he's a very dangerous fighter, and he's very popular over here. And I just thought it was just a great opportunity, you know, to showcase my skills.
I wish there were many more fighters like him. That's encouraging.
Gentlemen? Right, well, if we're all done with press questions from the floor, don't forget we have one-on-ones. We will have a photo op just now. Can I just remind everybody about the tickets? The tickets are on sale now. They're at ticketmaster.co.uk, and the prices are £40, £60 and 100 VIP in the ringside plus booking fees. Keep your eye on Cycling Promotions social media over the next couple of days. We'll have lots of news about the undercard, plenty of fighters from London and the southern counties. But thank you on behalf of Barry and Cycling Promotions for turning out for the press conference, and we'll see you across in the gym straight across the road. Thank you.